Yeah.
Aaron Pionk, we got to talk about it. He's definitely looked okay and looked the part. Another one that's a long shot to actually play Minnesota Wild minutes, but like you're happy with the progress he's made, especially after last year was kind of ho-hum.
Yeah, I mean, like even last year, he put up really good points. It was just such a weird year for UMD.
Offensively, there were some big warts.
Yeah, and I mean, like I think for him, those warts are always going to be there, considering he's been a defenseman for like 4 years. And then this year, though, he has taken another step where like Duluth has actually pulled off a couple big time wins. Like recently, they split the series this weekend with Denver. I think it was Arizona State they pulled one out on.
They've also had some really bad weekends.
At the start of the year, it was very bad. But like Pionk's just
start of the year really being the first half of the year.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah. But Pionk has just been solid from the get-go, where it's like, again, he's like my class, like for this year specifically, the prospect pool, like he's been the first ballot. I had my guy Hall of Fame where they'll lose like 6-2 and he's a +2. It's like, I had my guy, dude. I don't know what you guys were doing on the ice. He's got 20.
That's an awesome way to frame that. I had my guy Hall of Fame.
I had my guy. It's one of my favorite. It's one of my favorite things that like listening to like when Chicklets has a guest on and they'll talk like, yeah, we got the shit kicked out of us that night. I was +1. I had my guy. That's pretty good. Funny. But Pionk, dude, he's got 20 points in 24 games this season. And he's also a +3 on a Duluth team that's under 500. Like, and again, like recently they've pulled out some big time wins. He's playing just under 20 minutes again for a guy that like just became a defenseman, probably a long shot, even to be a full-time NHL D-man. Like it's with that mold of defenseman. What was that Russo's thing? It was his son.
Oh, the son. Yeah,
yes,
that was that about Pionk or was that someone else? Damn it. That son, because that's right. We did that with Juracek and someone else. And I can't remember who it was. Yeah, that was a fun bit. I forgot the origins of it, but it was with Pionk. Like, oh yeah, Neal Pionk's son. Fuck, it's his brother.
Yeah. No, but he's tied for 8th in the country in defenseman scoring. Like, he's playing really well, both sides of the puck on a Duluth team that, like, I mean, they get hemmed in. They're really punching above their weight in a lot of games. So he's just a fun player to watch. And, like, yeah, a lot of his points do come from the power play, but, like, defensively off the rush, he's been solid. And even in his own end, like I think he has taken 2 steps forward, honestly, like just like watching his USHL tape in his draft +1 year. Yeah. And like how far he's come in his own end. Like, I mean, in Boston, we have Mason Lowry here, who became a defenseman, I think, his junior year of high school, which was like ridiculous. He's like, but I
think that works. You can't go from defense to forward. You can go from forward to defense.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Because it makes sense to an extent if you're the right kind of player. But that's fair. And I'm just going to call it out right now, Z, based on the time we've got left. Next week, we're going to do Scandinavia and Russia, the whole Europe bit, just so you don't have to rush through and like not give anyone their fair due. So that's for sure happening next week, everyone who's listening. We got one more NCAA guy, but you can continue on Pionk.
Yeah, no, I just think like he's shown so much growth, like especially obviously since he got drafted out of the USHL. But like, you know, last year he still put up good offense, but this year he is doing it both ends of the ice. And again, like I think Duluth now they're what 5? I think they won 5 or 6 games, or maybe they have won a couple big ones recently that they're closer to 500.
They've looked good since Christmas, but before Christmas they were abysmal.
And he's been, since then, he has been solid for them.
It's pretty much him and one other guy show. Yeah. I assume you know who the other guy is.
Yeah. I always forget. I'm like, oh, yeah, he is still there. Good for him. They've lost so many fucking guys.
He's from Hermantown. They won't leave, dude.
I know. But yeah, I mean, like, good for Pionk,
no, dude, trust me. To this day, it hurts Max Veach to his core to watch Isaac Howard just torch for Michigan State.
Literally lead.
That's a real bummer.
But dude, he puts up that Pionk scores a goal in their 4-3 win versus Denver on Friday. And I mean, he's blocking shots too. Like he's got 17 blocks now. Like he is just doing a little bit of everything, but like the offense is definitely jumping more so than it was last year, even though he was good offensively last year. But like the defensive game has been very impressive. So he's just another guy that I have in that like Kalen Parker conversation where it's like he gives you a little bit of everything. Kalen Parker has more defensive prowess to his game, but like these are the prospects where it's like they're fun to have in the pool. They're fun to watch. They're fun to track and like watch their growth and development over the years, knowing that it's probably a long shot that you're going to see them full time in a Minnesota Wild sweater. And a guy like Pionk, like we'll see what happens with him at the NHL level in general. But
it's a dice roll, man.
He's been so fucking good this year for Duluth. Again, like you said, since Christmas they have been really, really good. Like the teams that they've gone up against some of the top dogs, and like they're usually splitting now. Like again, like they beat Denver and then they're on Saturday they lose 2-1. Like they've just been solid. So